Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam. So, if you study human nature, whatever there is, that is also there in God. But that is perfect and unlimited. And we have got all these chemicals qualities, very minute quantity. And in the material contact, it is imperfect. So if you become liberated from the material bondage, then you become perfect. You can understand that I am as good as God, but God is great, I am very, very small. That is self-realization. That is self-realization. If you think I am as good as God, that is your foolishness. You are as good as God by quality, but quantity you are not as great as God. This is self-realization. Therefore Shastra says that if the minute quantity of spiritual spark would have been equal to the supreme whole, then how he has come under his control? This is reasoning. We are under control. In the material atmosphere, we are fully under control. But when you are spiritually free, still we are under control. Because God remains the great and we remain the small. Therefore, in the spiritual world, there is no disagreement that God is great and we are small. There is no disagreement. That is spiritual world. And the material world means God is great, we are small, there is disagreement. That is material. Try to understand the distinction between material world and spiritual world. The living entity is very minute particle of God. But in the spiritual world, everyone is aware of his position. The living entities, they know what is my position. I am a small particle of God. Therefore there is no disagreement. Everything is going on nicely. Here, in this material world, he is actually the small particle of God, but there is disagreement. He is falsely thinking that I am as good as God. This is material life. And liberation means when we are free from this wrong conception of life, that is liberation. Liberation means, therefore, all the bhaktas who have basically accepted that God is great, I am small, very small particle. Therefore, as the small serves the great, my real duty is to serve God. This is liberation. This is liberation. Therefore, every bhakta who has taken to this principle that God is great, I am very small, I have to render service to the great. That is nature. Everyone is going to the office, to the factory, to the work. What is this? Going to serve the greater. Otherwise he might stay at home. Why he is going to the factory, to the office? This is the nature. That small serves the great. So God, he is the greatest. Anoraniyang, mahato mahiyang. Then what is your business? To serve him. That's all. This is natural position. He in the material world, he is going to serve somebody from somebody else for his bread. Still he is thinking, I am God. Just see what kind of God he is. This rascal is thinking that he is God. If he is driven away from the office, He'll not get his bread and he's gone. This is material. Everyone is thinking, I am gone. Therefore, they have been called muras, rascals. They do not surrender to God. Namana dushkitanam mura prapadante narandhama. Maya apuritagyan. Apuritagyan. His real knowledge is stagnant. He does not know that he is small, God is great. His business is to serve God. This knowledge is stagnant. Maya apuritagyan. Asari bhavamasa. This is the time. And you can understand by the one symptom, just like pressing one rice from the whole pot of the rice, you can understand the rice is quite all right. Similarly, by one symptom you can understand who is a rascal. By one symptom. What is that? Namang prapadante. He is not a devotee of Krishna, he is a rascal. That's all. Immediately you take it. Without any consideration. That anyone who is not devotee of Krishna, who is not prepared to surrender to Krishna, he is a rascal. That's all. This is our conclusion. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.